it's your boy Alex, and we are back with some more reaction videos today. And once again, we're back to some more Nostalgia Critic reaction videos. This is another special request from my good buddy Storm Shadow. And this is actually on a movie that I didn't think Doug would actually review at some point. I mean, to be fair, it's an old nostalgic movie, so it makes sense that he would actually kind of review it. Today's video, we're going to take a look at his review on the movie The Iron Giant. Now, I know most of you have probably never heard of or seen this movie. You're missing out on a classic animated film from Warner Brothers. Basically, kid finds a giant military-grade robot that, has amnesia, and they just have fun. Till the last bit where he realizes what he was actually meant to be used for, and it kind of gets tense. So, I'm kind of excited to see what Doug thinks of this movie. I mean, he's loved some of the other Warner Brothers films that come out. Certain ones he's loved. But I'm excited to see where this goes. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's dive right into the review. So, let's get to it. I'm also going to try and fix the camera a little bit here so it doesn't look too crooked and hopefully it doesn't fall down with the new phone case that I got. Feels really good to watch this intro again. Again, I feel like I've been doing too many reactions to Nostalgia Critic videos, but I know you guys love them, so alright, let's get to it. Nice.
Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic guy. Remember it so you don't have to. You know, I never saw Brad Bird as a man who directed masterpieces. How dare you!
Wow.
What makes his work so special?
Immediate dislike button.
With, say, restaurants.
Let's see where he's going with this intro.
Would be the classic 5-star places. Into the Spider-Verse and Hereditary might be one of those off-color experimental spots. Fast food would be...
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about that.
And Brad Bird films would be those modern...
I don't know how to feel about that, compliment.
Anything new, but
about, those two movies.
Gives us joy in adding their own unique touches to it. Think about it. A superhero family. We've seen that. An unconventional chef.
Yeah, to be fair...
Mission Impossible is clearly based on
the
show Get Smart. And naturally, a friendly creature from space is found by a child who wants to hide it from a big bad organization. Yes. Best comeback from a director ever. You know I'm talking about Iron Giant.
Okay. No. Not liking that, Doug. No. How dare you compare the Iron Giant to Mac and Me? How dare you? Okay, I'm gonna have to immediately dislike that. How dare you compare that? Seriously, why would you compare it to that movie? That's a garbage alien movie. And sorry, I had to fix the camera real quick while I was ranting about that. But still, why, Doug? Also, just really what you said about Hereditary and Into the Spider-Verse. Really, man? Okay, I feel like you're kind of contradicting yourself for this, and you're gonna probably get a lot of hate comments for what you're saying, man.
Iron Giant has grown a massive following since its premiere in 1999, resulting in merchandise, TV marathons, even appearances in other movies. It's said by many to be Brad Bird.
Again, Ready Player One's a good movie.
I do agree. It is incredibly charming, clever, and heartwarming, but from a storytelling perspective, it's not doing anything that groundbreaking. In fact, you could argue this is one of the most overdone kids' films cliches. With that said,
wow.
A category of other great films that use familiar stories. But
really gonna compare it to those movies? I feel like you would compare it more to E.T. than anything else, than any of those other films.
Well, let's go back in time to the 90s so we can go back in time to the 50s. This is Iron Giant. The film begins with a flaming ball from space landing off the coast of Maine. Oh, thank God. Last time I played that drinking game, I ended up in the hospital.
Yeah.
A sailor, played by M.M.
You're gonna make yourself drunk from that game again there, Doug. The fisherman's face.
The sailor washes onto shore.
And yet somehow he still survived that.
Hogarth, played by Eli Marienthal, visit his mom Annie, played by Jennifer Aniston, at a diner where she works.
Guess what I found?
Hogarth, we've been through this before. No pets.
I told you no pets unless they're over 2 stories and recyclable. I know they're weird conditions, but they're my conditions.
Do you remember the raccoon, Hogarth? Ugh, I remember the raccoon.
Okay, it's weird now hearing that, he said that that's Jennifer Aniston, voicing the character.
leg of a
I didn't think that Jennifer Aniston was in this, but that's crazy.
Yes. No.
Call me Dean!
Don't worry, she's used to this behavior when people ask about a friend's reunion. He interrupts talking
Squirrels
to
in
the
my pants, man.
squirrel out of his pants.
I'm sorry, I'm probably going to be quoting a lot of stuff from this movie, because this was a movie I remember very fondly from my childhood.
For the best spit take, but that would definitely be in the top 3.
Ugh.
This is one of those movies that thrives on little.
Okay,
Most kids in
how would
just
know
say
it?
hello,
What kid does that with their
Hogarth is the
Twinkies?
traditional greeting most
I mean, to be fair, I probably would have done it when I was a kid, when I was younger.
This is Hogarth Hughes speaking. Who's calling, please? Hello, this is Hogarth Hughes speaking. Who's calling, please?
You'll also notice a waitress opens the door on Annie.
Thank you.
If you work
Oof.
at a restaurant, you know it doesn't matter if she cured polio. That's your bitch of the day.
What? Yeah, pretty much.
Watches has a cheesy
Perfectly
feel
good
to the
brain
theater.
wasted.
You could easily see this on Mystery Science Theater
Darn. Seems I've left my keys in the lab.
or in the O'Brien production. Something messes with the reception though, and
That'd probably be the newer Mystery Science Theater 3000 cast members.
minus 2 points for not making a teaser poster out of that.
That actually would have been a cool poster. Oh, crap.
Movie.
Oh.
He's spared, but our giant friend gets
Poor
out when he's
kid.
trying to eat some metal. Hogarth saves him by turning off the power. You know those giant on-off switches that are easy to access. How's the power outage not happened here earlier,
Oof.
causing the giant to pass out?
Yeah, honestly, I remember that scaring me when I was a kid. Just the eyes in the darkness and the giant robot just standing behind him in the trees. I can't even imagine if this thing existed and it was behind. I live by a lot of wooded areas, so if I saw that in the middle of the night with the eyes glowing, yeah, I'd be terrified. I honestly would be so terrified of that. Just, that actually would freak me out. It would. It honestly would. Oh my gosh. Yikes. Well, anyway, we might as well continue on with the rest of this movie, see how this kid gets out of this situation.
Somehow this is still less scary than the snowman that came to life last winter.
Ugh.
Disappears and he stumbles across his mother searching for him.
It's a
Hogarth.
robot. Really, it
Hogarth,
is metal.
stop it. Just stop.
I'm always impressed how Aniston can take what's often a very thankless role and give it more dimension than what's usually written. Annie's not the most.
I mean, yeah, she's playing a really, good, concerned mother for her kid.
I'm not in the mood.
Even the confusion in how she says okay is so believable, it gets a laugh.
I forgot to wash my hands.
Well, okay.
Okay.
Remember when that was met with a shrug instead of a you better? But there's some things we can all agree on. The duck
Oh,
cover
sorry, that was my dog.
is part of the movie.
Oh my gosh, I remember this.
Oh my god, it's so good.
So catchy.
Sailor calls the government about the
Stupid but
Also,
catchy.
they send in Kent Mansley, played by, I'm just gonna say it, the greatest.
Oh yes.
bully in
My
cinema
least
history.
favorite character in this movie. But he has so many great quotes.
Might as well call him Zeppo or something.
He's one of those actors who always plays the same horribly written antagonist.
I'll never forget that he played Shooter McGavin.
Funny.
I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast.
You eat pieces of shit for breakfast? No.
He's the exact.
Love that.
Not that Mansley is badly written. He's got a few funny scenes, and I swear to God, this needs to be a T-shirt.
Oh,
But McDowell's
gosh, we don't
performance
need to see
elevates
that.
to a whole new level of hilarity.
Good for Happy Gilmore. Oh my God.
Oh my
That one's even perfect.
Believes, like he talks about aliens or Bigfoot all the time or something. He has to be convinced like everyone else, and thankfully, he's convinced very early, making it funnier when no
ate
one believes
my
him,
car.
as he knows too how totally ridiculous it sounds.
A giant metal monster.
Please, sir. I got a feeling about
It's
this.
not always that kind or how you visualize it.
Again, I apologize. I'm going to be quoting a lot of stuff from this movie.
Gold on security, Hogarth. While you're snoozing in your wooded jammies, we're wide awake and worried.
That's a great impression of modern journalism. Hogarth returns to the woods to find the giant, but it looks like the giant finds him.
Do you talk? Blah, 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 like that? You get the idea anyway.
Why, this is so innocent. It must have a dog head turn.
Don't
Yeah, that's crazy to think that that's Vin Diesel, like, voicing this giant robot.
Amnesia works the exact same as human amnesia. I'll tell you, if he acts like James Franco in his second childhood, I am all in.
That's right!
Now, this is embarrassing, but I once wrote you a play in high school.
The Giant, by Vin Diesel's easiest paycheck since I am Groot, acts like a lost child who only trusts Hogarth as he saved his life.
My own giant robot. I am now the luckiest kid in America.
It's like those Transformer movies, minus the horniness and racism. Surprising as this is the 50s.
Ugh.
No. Me go. You stay. No following.
Ever guessed at a track convention? He starts eating the tracks when, of course, a train starts making its way toward
Well,
That one here, that one there. Okay, good enough. Let's go.
He was gonna let that train derail. It's not a Brad Bird film without a body count.
oh, stop.
Giant is hit, but he puts himself back together as his missing limbs home in on the rest of it.
This is a great scene, too. All of them, all the pieces just connecting to each other.
Years of Buddhist meditation. Oh, okay.
Here, okay? I'll be back.
Mansley talks to the train engineers, voiced by animation in-jokes, and goes to
Giant
Hogarth's house to use
Metal
the
Man.
Would you say grace, please?
Hogarth's in trouble, though, when he finds the giant give a hand in the kitchen. I was this close to saying that.
I love
Too
this
Stupid, no
scene.
regrets.
Was put in front of us and
Stop!
Thank God robot hands are quick
The
with
devil!
hearing.
the devil! Get out of here!
Satan?
Satan.
Everything about
Love
this
that
scene
so
is
much.
The hand spontaneously moving like a dog, Hogarth's reaction to creating a diversion by causing too much damage, and
Oh.
of course, Hogarth's meeting of Mansley.
Hey there, Scout. Kent Mansley. I work for the government.
And smack.
Back when... No, that's always been a typical response. Care to see one of the reasons this movie's PG?
Oh, hello there.
No.
Can I abuse
Nope.
my bone? I mean, can I abuse my bone? I mean, He tries to get
Really?
General Hogarth, played by John Mahoney, to investigate the giant, but naturally, he doesn't believe it.
If you told me you'd found, say, giant footprint, I might send over an expert. Hell, you get me a photograph of this thing, and I could probably get some troops over there.
Hell, if you
But you tell me you got a feeling. Oh my gosh. I'm having so much fun quoting this. Hogarth!
Unusual.
Gotta use the bathroom.
Why does my cooking always result in that reaction? God, this is probably what killed his father. The hand is in the bathroom just before this awkwardness.
Oof.
Privacy! Sorry.
Oh!
Got a sneak peek.
Yeah, that had to hurt.
Mansley leaves and Hogarth brings the giant
Whew.
his equivalent of bedtime stories.
Superman. Sure, he's famous now, but he started off just like you.
Oh yeah, I guess I can add that to the list of films that did this already. The giant gets hungry, so Hogarth takes him to a junkyard where he can get some metal.
All you can eat.
Just a giant robot kid in a metal candy
Eat his
store.
own kind like a cannibal. Maybe
Probably
that's
shouldn't have
my
gone for that car, though.
Out there.
It turns out Dean owns the junkyard, so Hogarth distracts him while the giant continues to eat.
Once I turn it into art, I can't give it away. What am I? A junk man who sells art or an artist who sells junk?
The verdict is still out on some directors. Dean hears something outside and discovers the giant, but Hogarth convinces him that they're friends and that it's best to
This jittering is so great.
Back at home, Mansley rents out the extra room at the house so he can interrogate Hogarth further.
This middleman is fun, but who built it? The Russians? The Chinese?
Probably the most
Canadians? I don't
perfect unhinged villain in an animated film ever.
Punchline because America's the rest of the world's punchline. Hogarth slips him a laxative because this is still a 90s movie, and that was the comedic answer to
Yeah.
everything. And he escapes.
Ugh.
He gets to the giant, and they just kind of play for the next few scenes. Yeah, this is where the
It's
writing
really
starts
great
to
scenes
weigh me a
with these
little.
two
The
characters.
scenes where they play are funny and entertaining, but they don't really
You
ruin them. I
waiting!
know it strengthens the connection between these characters. I don't want to see them cut, but somehow they could integrate their way into the story a bit stronger. I don't know, like, wouldn't they be questioning him more or communicating with him more? I get a little kid acting this way, but a grown man discovering an alien and just having a picnic the next day seems a little odd. But like I said before, these are minor.
Oh no, I remember this scene. Well, kids, there you go. There's your sad Disney-style, like, animated movie death for you. Yikes. Yeah, I remember seeing that and actually feeling really bad for the deer. That's just straight up sad. Also, in a weird way, it's reminding me of Bambi's mom's death. Except you actually get to see what happens to the mom after she got shot. Yeah. Thanks a lot for dragging up this nightmare right here for me, Warner Brothers. Thank you so much for that. Oh my gosh. That is just rough.
That deer didn't notice a 100-ton robot till he was a few feet away. A hunter would have gotten him relatively soon.
Gun.
Yes. Guns.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. That's why you'll never see me with one of those. Well, I'm a hypocrite.
Back from the ad break, like we always do. It's really crazy, like, with this. I did not expect the ad break to happen after that, so apologies there for getting my timing wrong, as I usually do. But we're not going to let that stop us. We're going to continue on, because we only got, last few minutes of, this video to get through. Or at least something like that. But yeah. Really crazy to think that, and this is still a kid's movie. The fact that they're able to get away with showing death in that, and that's dark. That is really, really dark when you think about it. Oh boy. Well, anyway.
Has a talk with the giant about what death is and whether or not he can die. You know, kid stuff.
You're made of metal, but you have feelings, and you think about things, and that means you have a soul.
And my dog is just messing with some stuff, so he just does not need to be dealing with that.
What do you want to do?
Nobody's ever asked me that before. I suppose die.
Jeez.
Dark. Mansley discovers a picture Hogarth took with the giant, calls the general, and demands Hogarth tells him where to find him.
Protect your mother.
I think this is still one of the more, tense scenes in the movie.
It's so difficult that it would be irresponsible for us to leave you in her care.
Letting you play the power station, almost getting hit by trains, messing with dangerous weaponized machines. You know, he might have a point. Hogarth tells Mansley he's at the junkyard, and Mansley keeps him in his room until the army arrives.
The epic stare down begins.
You did that like it's a thing kids do. Mansley falls asleep, though.
This particular kid does it.
Anyway, I haven't sold him yet, so if you really want him...
Not gonna lie, I'm kinda shocked nobody's made a collector's model out of that. Duck and cover is the funniest scene, but this is a close second.
Yeah, and he's just enjoying this.
The military heads back, and once again, they start playing.
Only one creature can destruction.
As if that wasn't out of nowhere, the giant sees Hogarth's gun and Dean does a complete 180 on him.
He's our friend.
He's a piece of hardware, Hogarth. He's a weapon. A big gun that was.
I know the giant shot at the kid, but there's not even, a look of shock on his face. Like he always knew this could happen, despite him not giving any indication. Yeah, sure, he can stay here, can't see any problems. Yeah, sure, I'll hide him. Good thing you notified me about that. He's a monster!
Get back!
But the funny thing is, there's actually a deleted scene that accounts for this.
Yeah, I remember the deleted scene. It's actually kind of, creepy when you watch it.
With Dean catching the tail end of it. Had they kept that scene in, this moment would have made a lot more sense, but in the original, it's pretty sporadic.
You almost did that to Hogarth!
No, you guys don't play nice. I'm telling my mom. She's a Megazord.
Stop.
I reacted to the gun. You're not gonna get there fast enough on foot.
Hey,
and then just immediately changes his attitude after just seeing that.
My opinions on it. Oh, who am I kidding? That's kind of what I do.
Give me the binoculars. Look, it's big. It's walking away.
The giant walks towards town where two kids...
I'm not sure why people don't ever fix those railings in this little town that they live in.
The giant brat bird ears we all have would have cushioned our fall. The army sees the giant and naturally attacks. The giant
and yeah, because our own government is just being dumb in this movie.
Awesome! Now sacrifice yourself, even though we know you're gonna come back later. But, do it good.
Oof.
Believing that Hogarth didn't survive the fall.
Oh no.
He didn't even live long enough to do that great spoon scene from Country Bears. The giant's memory returns and
oh yeah, he's pissed.
Fuck him up.
And this leads to a pretty epic scene.
Hogarth, of course, is still alive, and the army figures they can wipe out one killer machine with another killer machine.
We've hit it with everything we've got. Not everything, General. The bomb.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you. I have my glasses on. Could you say again?
The bomb.
We have to evacuate
Trying to get this boy to a hospital.
What boy?
That's when it hit them. Hogarth had been dead for 10 years. I'm just kidding. He's over there.
No, wait, it's me.
Jeez.
Remember?
How dark would that have been?
Anyone else?
You know that's his other hand, dog.
Airbender penis hair moment. I want to notice one.
Oh,
Hogarth
stop.
brings him back to his senses, but Mansley orders the missile to attack the giant.
Where's the giant?
This is why he's my least favorite character, because he's an idiot.
Have I mentioned this is a great villain yet? He shouts the battle cry of, let's be honest, most politicians.
Screw our country.
I want to live!
The giant stops him and realizes what he has
Again,
to do.
terrible, like, character, but he has such great quotable lines.
No following.
Yeah.
He flies
It's a
to the
sad
earth, destroying the
scene,
bomb,
still.
and
It really is sad.
It's kind of redundant when you think about it. A statue is made in his honor. Dean
Aw.
and Andy become a couple as they talked once and a half.
I mean, yeah,
And Hogarth is
they've
in
shared,
one
like,
piece
barely a
because of
scene
the-
together, and then they're just love interests.
Recovered. He thought you should have it.
They say it was his kidney stone. Wash your hands before eating.
Yeah.
In one of the most perfect endings a film could have, the piece taps at the window, wanting to
Yep.
connect to the rest of the giant. He even apparently took the box with him in one frame.
See you later.
Weird.
Slowly but literally pulls himself together to fly another day.
Just putting himself back together and setting up sequel bait.
Fade out already. We got the joke.
And that was the Iron Giant. It's familiar, but what's wrong with that?
All right, there you have it, guys. That was my reaction to Nostalgia Critics review on the Iron Giant. Yeah, I'll be honest. Doug kind of felt like he was, like, contradicting himself a little bit at the beginning of the video. I mean, I could be wrong. I probably misheard everything, but it just felt like that at the beginning of the video. Contradicting about, like, you know, the certain films that are, like, the art form, you know, like, why are you going to do that to Spider-Verse and Hereditary? Those are actually good movies. And then comparing Iron Giant to Mac and Me, like, I understand if it's, like, in a jokey way, but, dude, don't compare Iron Giant to that garbage alien movie. I would have been fine if you said compared it to E.T., because technically, wait, no, well, yeah, technically the robot is alien, and he's alien technology, military grade, kind of, when you think about it. I don't know, but by the end of it, it just felt like he kind of contradicted himself, that, like, he's glad that it got a following, but it already had a following when it came out. I mean, I was one of the few people that actually liked The Iron Giant. I thought it was a really great animated film from Warner Brothers. And yeah, again, sadly, with Warner Brothers, animation has kind of been like a dying form for them, especially with some of their, like, more popular properties, like, you know, Batman, though later Batman movies have actually gotten better with some animation done by other, like, companies. And sadly, the Looney Tunes, which is even sadder. I don't know. That's just my thoughts. Anyway, with that being said, thank y'all for watching this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell to never miss a video. And with that, I will see all you awesome guys and gals later. Bye-bye!